Hi, and these comments are from one of my students. I am Michael from OTC, onlinetoeflcourse.com. So I have the essay. I just read it. So I'm going to give you 3.75 out of 5, 24 points out of 30 on this. And I think that the introduction is good. It looks like you have a pretty easy to follow compare and contrast organization. So my suggestion might be is you should balance when you're talking about the reading passage, for example, in this paragraph, you spend not even 2 lines. And then you talk about the lecturer, in 6 or 7 lines. It should be about 50-50. If you don't do 50-50, it doesn't look objective. It looks like you favor the lecture over the reading passage, which you should not do, right? So you want to keep them more balanced, and I guess in this case, you have 1 line on the reading passage, and then the rest of that paragraph is about the lecture, right? So I think you can probably develop the points in the reading a little bit more. Now, let me just look at one of your paragraphs. I'm going to do some editing correction. So I'm giving you 24 points. Still a pretty good essay, right? So reading claims that short working days would help employees to get, you want to change this to plural, better lives with their families, so you need a plural noun there. However, the lecture refutes that reducing work days would decrease reducing working days would decrease the quality of life. You want to change this to would increase, right? Because what you're saying is the lecture is refuting the idea that was mentioned in the reading passage. The idea in the reading passage is that employees will get better lives with their families. So reducing work days would increase the quality of life. And then you might say, maybe you might say there, in fact, according to the speaker, having a 4-day work week would have an adverse effect on employees' job stability. We need to make that plural. We call plural possessive noun. Employees' job stability. Moreover, could be fired from their current jobs when business goes down. Also, employees would not get high positions in their companies because the companies would promote their employees who are working 5 days. Maybe 5 weekdays. Then you don't have to say this idea. Therefore, the employees would not get good quality of the lives from reducing the working days, maybe from 4 to from 5 to 4. Okay, so those are some changes that I had to make. The one that really concerns me the most was this one. The lecture refutes that reducing working days would decrease, but I changed it to increase the quality of life because the lecture disagrees with that idea. So the dependent clause contains the key point from the reading passage, and then the independent clause contains the main point from the lecture. So just make sure that you're accurately explaining the information. You're not changing information in any way. Okay, so I'm going to put you around 24 points out of 30. I think it's possible you could get this score. You do have some language use issues and some other problems, as I pointed out, but overall you have fairly strong writing skills. Okay, I'm going to listen to your practice test right now. Now, if you can do me a favor, I'm not saying you have to do this, but send me speaking practice on one day and then writing practice on the next instead of sending them both on the same day. And that makes it a little easier for grading purposes. Okay, let's listen to your practice test. I'm not sure if it's an independent or integrated practice test. Let's hear.
I agree that television have a positive influence on the society because of the people can land the new idea from the channel and then the television channel that can change the people's life. I remember the one I was in the middle school that my parents set us to watch the YouTube channel. I landed the new vocabulary from the channel I could apply in my class assignment. As a result, I got the good grading in the classes. Also, some people that can share their new experience and their problem in the channel. People can learn it about their mistake and they can change their better life by watching the television channel. That's why I think that the television have a positive influence on the society.
All right, I'll be right with you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and figure out your score right now, so give me a quick second. Okay, so I'm guessing right now 2.5 to 3 is probably a pretty realistic score for you. I think your delivery is not 100% clear. You need to speak more clearly. I think that's going to be helpful. I think topic development, you need to get to the specific details more. You need to do a better job elaborating your ideas. Mostly basic ideas are expressed with limited elaboration, details, and support, right? So that kind of describes your speaking. Let's listen to it one more time.
I agree that television have a positive influence on...
So you agree that television has, right? Not television have. So television is singular, so you need a singular verb there.
Society, because of the people can learn the new idea from the channel and then the television channel that can change the people's life.
So people can learn new things and the television will change people's lives. So we have two specific ideas that you are trying to illustrate here.
I remember the one I was in the middle school that my parents set us to watch the YouTube channel. I landed the new vocabulary from the channel I could apply in my class assignment. As a result, I got the good grading in the classes. Also, some people that can share their new experience and their problem in the channel. People can learn it about their mistake and they can...
Now, elaborate on these. They can learn from their mistakes. What do you think they can learn? Right? So what if I'm watching TV and I find out that I can actually kill the weeds in my yard, and my rocks and things without using pesticides or herbicides? I should say herbicides. What if I learned that I can kill those weeds with just vinegar, salt, and dish soap? So how much money is that going to save me? How safer is that by learning that information? Because weed killer can be very dangerous for the person who's spraying the poison. So that's the kind of detail you're looking for, but you're not really elaborating on the
Think it their
ideas.
better life by the watching the television channel. That's why I think that the television have a positive influence on the society.
Okay, you can probably elaborate more. I'm going to put you at about 18 to 19 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. Okay, what I want you to do is, so we don't just keep repeating the same mistakes over and over, right? I want you to go over to my online course, the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT, right? So let's go to the speaking section. I'll show you what I want you to focus on right now. This one, exactly this one. So TOEFL independent, no, that's writing. I want to go to speaking. Okay, here, master lesson number 1, step 7, independent speaking strategies. That is the first lesson I want you to take a look at after watching this video. Now, the next one is how to make your speaking more coherent. How can you organize things a little bit better? So you can take a look at that, master lesson number 6. Now, I think also you need practice with your delivery, right? Now, make sure you can access these lessons, right? You're one of my TOEFL speaking and writing feedback students. You have complete access to all the lessons in my online TOEFL course. So I think it's a good idea also start going over some of the pronunciation lessons, focusing on the vowel and consonant sounds. That means lesson number 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to lesson number 24. So get more familiar with the vowel. The vowel and the consonant sounds from American English. So those are some things I want you to study, so you don't keep doing the same, having the same problems over and over. All right, thank you.